So Marita's been running Woman's Own for a while now, and we've been pals, haven't we, hon? For a while.
Sure.
We worked together quite a lot. So a little bit, Woman's Own is well known throughout the UK and abroad for its unique service providing special lingerie and made-to-measure swimwear designed by their team of designers with over 40 years combined experience in understanding your needs after surgery. They've trained breast care nurses and healthcare professionals involved in the fitting of prosthesis, building very strong friendships within the NHS. The Woman's Own team share a common goal to help their customers regain their well-being, bring back harmony into their life. So we're going to join Marita now as we discuss the importance of a correct fitting bra and how you can ensure you are safely supported and correctly shaped after breast surgery. So hello, okay. Marita, long time no speak. How are we diddling?
Looking good, girl, looking good.
Oh, thank you, sweet. Changing hair colour every week, mate.
I know. Yeah, I could do the same, but no, it doesn't happen. Good.
So we've got quite a few people in the group today. We've got 7 participants in all. On average, it's been 4 today, so we're doing well.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to let you explain a little bit about Woman's Own, what you do and stuff, and then I'll ask you some questions towards the end, if that's all right.
Perfect, thank you. I mean, I suppose originally the people always wonder why you're involved in breast care. And my initial starting point was I began as a nurse. So because I've got my nursing career behind me, I nursed a lot of ladies who'd had surgery, and it kind of became a passion to me. So leaving that from nursing, I got married young, divorced young, and what happened then is I ended up thinking, you know, what I'm going to do with my life, because obviously getting divorced young, I thought, what I'm going to do. So I was approached by a company that sold prosthesis, and that's where I started, and it's well over 35 years, 36 years ago now. So I worked for another company, and to be fair, they gave me the grounding that I needed, taught me a lot about prosthesis. But what I did realise was, even all those years ago, women weren't getting a good deal from a bra perspective. Now, the most important tool when you're fitting for a prosthesis is your bra. So not a lot of time was spent in that time, you know, looking for decent bras and whatever else. And I still hear it even today, and it kind of niggles at me really, because I think bras have come on so much now. Choice of bras, even prostheses have come on, you know, tenfold from 30 years ago. It's unreal. So I think the bra perspective is why I started Woman's Own with a partner, was we wanted to really be able to provide any type of bra after any type of surgery. And I think we do that, to be fair. Now, the one thing I do find is when people go for a fitting for a bra to a retailer, they go with a specific mindset. They're either looking for whatever, mastectomy bra, whatever, but their mindset isn't set on, you know, the style as well as the fit. And the most important thing is get the fit right and get the style right to suit you as an individual. And I think that's what it's important is we work with the individual. It's not something you could say broad spectrum, this bra suits every type of person after a mastectomy or whatever. Everybody's got a personal choice, and I think that's what we try to do, is accommodate the personal choice. So from very small to very large breasted ladies, we feel we've got it well covered. Now, when I work for a company, they only had their own brand, and I felt I was doing myself and the lady an injustice by only providing a particular brand. Consequence of that was we started off Woman's Own, and what I found is from doing that, I can offer anything, any choice of bra and any brand. So, and I can realistically, we fit from a treble A, which isn't, you know, it's a very unusual size cup wise, right up to KLM, whatever, cup size. And we can go from a 28 band to 50 plus band. So we are called into a lot of hospitals because of that service. So I do see us as specialists in that respect. But I think that for me, it's the passion about behind it as well, you know, getting it right for people, you know, making sure. I feel that, you know, I touch wood when I say this, never failed yet to fit anybody, never. You know what I mean? We've always managed to fit somebody. The most important tool in that is the bra. So we've got to get the bra right. Once we get the bra right, prosthesis, in fairness, there's a heck of a lot of choice out there. What a lot of people do struggle with is weight in prosthesis. So I'll touch on that later on. So there's a lot of choice in that respect as well. So from a bra perspective, measuring, I always say to ladies is how, when you go to a shop, if a lady or any retailer doesn't measure you, how do they know? Now, a lot of people say they can see, and now I can judge because I've been doing it for many, many years, look at you and go, that's your size, you know?
You've
And
done that with me.
yeah, and it works, but
Yeah.
not it to me, it's not a good connection to a lady, but not just that good connection, but also it's like, how do they believe what I'm saying? You know, if I put a tape measure around and I gauge what they feel, you know, by gauging what they feel, they can tell me then how they feel from a comfort perspective. I don't know that. I can judge, but I don't know it. So the minute we put the tape measure around, that is a true indicator of the size. And then to get the cup size, well, again, we measure, you know, if necessary, but, you know, we work with, and also we always work with the bra on. So as you know, virtually is becoming much more unpopular now. We work virtually with people because they can't come into hospitals or they're struggling. So in some instances, we still go into clinic, but in some instances, we do the virtual fitting as well. Now, I have to say, fantastic response, absolutely amazing response. But the key indicator is, you can just see me behind me. There's my little dolly. And my little dolly, I demonstrate with that dolly, with the tape measure, and if somebody needs measuring, we do the measuring between us. So I help and guide the person to measure. Once we've measured, I have to say the comments have been that the bras they've had on after we've got it right and they've chosen the style of bras, because I go through that as well. So once we get the style right, they feel like they've had a bra made to measure. Now that you can't beat that really, can you? You know, so that is my buzz. I get a buzz out of that because I think, oh, we've cracked it here. We've got a really great response. Very rare do we get it wrong. And if we do, we put it right. And we also ask the right questions to make sure we do get it right. So if there's an instance whereby people aren't quite comfortable, or ladies aren't quite comfortable for whatever reason, we make that adjustment, you know, and there's lots of indicators to make that adjustment to understand. And I do believe that's because we know every style of bra out there. We know every brand out there. We know everything about bras, really, you know, and that was my passion in my younger days, to make sure I got to know that, to make us the people that we are today, and to gain that experience. And that's what helps me then train the breast care nurses, or anybody really that's interested in doing this type of role. You know, the training that we do is to make sure that every woman that's being seen to after surgery is being seen to in the correct way. So bra sizing is very important, but also styling. People tend to forget the styling is just as important as the sizing. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's when people go, if they go to the likes of, I won't say any stores, but, you know, any retailers, if they go there, probably what tends to happen is the person will be sized, the lady will be sized, but they won't get the style quite right. And that's where
I've done that. I've just gone in to see what mastectomy bras they have, and I've chosen one of them. I haven't necessarily liked it, but it's the one that I thought fitted. Do you know what I mean? So you come away with one that fits me, but I don't actually like the bra, because there's not that much choice, is there?
I know, and I think that's why we've gone to all the actual brands like the Triumphs, the Fantasies, all those people, and we've got the soft cut versions, we've got the underwire versions. Our choice is quite phenomenal, really. And what I tend to do now is if we're going to clinic, I always ask pre-clinic to any of the hospitals or any ladies, is there anything about the ladies that we need to know in respect of, if somebody was coming and they were a 42G, there isn't going to be that bra available. So I would take it with me to make sure the lady gets fitted on the day. Because the one thing that's so for the ladies is they go to clinic and they have to come back again because there's not been a bra there suitable. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that we try to eliminate. So when we're fitting for prosthesis, get the bra right. So I love it when we see each other. You know, we do it through a virtual or, you know, pre-clinic. Then that's something we do quite nicely. You know, we make sure, you know, we try and meet ahead, you know, and get that sorted out so that when they go to clinic, that we're properly prepared and they can be fitted on the day. And, you know, to stop that frustration really more than anything else. So from a bra's perspective, we go through, a lot of people like t-shirt bras, A lot of people like underwire bras. Now, there's no reason why people can't wear underwire bras, but we tend to say probably 6 months after surgery or after any type of treatment, just because of the toleration, and they need a good to get the separation right. And I think it's very important that they do need to be refitted for an underwire bra, because the wire has to sit off the breast area. Do you know what I mean? So it sits centrally and literally off the breast tissue. Yeah. Yours is okay if you're wearing the one that
I'm not. I thought I better check. I've got one of my old ones on. Out at me. It is sitting on the breastbone. It is sitting on the breastbone.
Right in the middle here and off the breast tissue under the arm area. That's where the wire has to sit. So if it's sitting on your breast tissue, then it's not the right fit. And that's why you really need to be reassessed if you want to go down the underwire route. Because a lot of ladies before surgery were wearing underwire bras. So why not? If they want to go back that. Some people just back away and shy away completely. And the reason being is they're comfortable with their non-wired bras. And to be fair, a lot of soft cut bras these days are really quite pleasant to wear and look really nice. You get sexy ones, you can get really nice, lingerie that the people would think they were underwired and they're not, So, we've got that angle to, that we work with as well. So our aim is, when we go for a good fitting bra, it needs to be comfortable and you need to feel secure. Once you feel both comfortable and secure, that then becomes an easy task then to fit the prosthesis into. So that's the kind of goals that we're looking for when we're fitting for a bra. So they need to be comfortable and secure. Okay. Coverage wise, some people, if they're larger breasts, they like a bit of padding on the shoulders to take a bit of, just to eliminate a bit of pressure. I tend to try and get a fully adjustable strap as much as possible so we can get a good lift. Because one thing I don't like to see is breast sitting on tummies. It happens. Trust me, it happens. You can laugh.
I know.
It happens.
I'm one that will do that if I don't have this bra on.
So what we try and do is make sure we get that lift and an evenness. So if the evenness is there, do you know what I mean? The straps are an important indicator. And equally, when they're wearing a prosthesis, when they bend forward, what you've got to try and do is prevent the movement aspect.
Or it's falling out.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. But the only way you're going to prevent that is either adjusting those straps or putting a pocket in the bra to keep it in place. You know what I mean? If it does fall out, then the added security would be to put a pocket in the bra. Do you know what I mean? You can self-adapt your bras. So the one thing is, nobody ever knows when they're being diagnosed and they've just bought a load of lingerie. If it's suitable, I say never throw anything away because it might be adaptable. And we do put pockets in bras as well. So we can pocket your own bras. And I think that's quite an important thing to know. We do all the likes of John Lewis's bras. We pocket all their bras for them. A lot of the hospitals, if they're sending the bras, they send them to us. There's not many outlets there now that do pocketing bras, but we do provide that service.
Is that something where people would send you their bras, Marita, and you would pocket for them? Oh, that's isn't it? Is that, how much does that cost about? Just so
around £7.50 at the minute, but it's just about to go up to £8.
Right, that's £8 per bra and it can be pocketed.
Yes.
But you know what? That would make all the difference, wouldn't it? Because your prosthesis will not fall out, and it makes it a lot more comfortable than the prosthesis sitting on your skin.
And I've met a young girl lately, and she's just kind of like literally does a lot of sport, and she wants to feel secure. But what we've done is obviously adapted her own bras because she's very, very narrow. She's kind of like always worn these bras. Well, I said they're suitable. Don't buy. She was looking to buy different sports bras, and I said don't need to. Yeah. Got myself out of sale, but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Don't need to. Your bras are absolutely fine. Just put pockets in them to give you the security that you need. And that's what we did. And she's absolutely over the moon. So Southern-based young lady, but, absolutely over the moon that we could do that for her. So she's kept herself as normal as possible because she's wearing her own bras. She's wearing a prosthesis, and all we've done is put a pocket in to give her the security. And she's back on with, getting back to normal in her life. So good for her,
And the other thing as well, I don't know whether, I think you do this. Do you put the inlets in here in the middle?
inlets. Yeah, do you mean the lace inserts?
Yeah. Do you do them?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people struggle with that, don't they? Like I do myself, because I've got one boob. If I wear a V-neck, you can see I've got cleavage on one side and none on the other. So you put little insets in, don't you?
Yeah, we put that in the. Now, some people will send their own bras, or we'll sell the insert for them to put it in themselves. Whatever, whatever adjustments they need. We do sell bras with the inserts in as well. So, that's all online as well. All everything's new online. You'll see all that. The other thing I was going to show you was very quickly. That's the brochure that we've been working towards. Up to now. Now, as of just after Easter, that will be our new one. Right,
I'll have to get rid of all your old ones then.
That'll be the new one coming out. I don't know if you can see that okay. Can you see that okay? Yeah. So that's going to be the new one coming out after Easter. There's a little back picture on the back of us, with your, I don't know whether you can see it, but it's only literally at the back to promote virtuals. But can you see us on the back there?
Oh, I'm famous.
Just to promote the virtual stuff, you know what I mean? So I thought, why not put you in there with us? Hey?
Awesome.
And you feature on the website anyway, on the,
Yes,
so.
I'm her model on the website, showing how to measure and wear and stuff like that.
With a different hairdo, I have
different colour hair. Was a purple then? I think I was purple, wasn't I?
And then what we've got then is we've got Sally who's doing the voiceover at the background as well. Right. So she's
Sally off Coronation Street, isn't it?
Coronation Street, she's supporting us as well, which is very nice. So that helps quite a bit, So the new website is up and running now. And on that we've got where there's a bra calculator. So somebody doesn't want to be seen by us, but they think, they're independent enough. They want to go for it themselves. If they go on the website, it actually does a step-by-step guide as to how to measure, what to look for, all the bra aspects. You're doing the modelling for it. It's being talked over. We're doing a little bit of a demonstration as to how to measure. And then they put those measurements into the bra calculator. And when they put the measurements into the bra calculator, it tells you what bra size the lady should be. So if they want to do it for themselves, rather than being in front of me, because some people like to be independent, then that's fine too. The other thing that I have found is by doing these virtuals is sometimes what happens is a lady goes and buys a bra or buys a bra from us or whatever, and they're not quite sure whether they should look the way they do. So I just say, go on virtual and I can have a quick look at you. And that has been a godsend because it's been such a reassurance for people to say, oh, I have got it right, and just by doing that, say, yeah, looks fine. Or no, I'd go back. Now, because we have a great rapport, as you know, with all the hospitals, we know practically every breast care nurse in the country. It's kind of like we can guide a lady and say, look, just go and say to the breast care nurse, we've seen Marita from Woman's Own. She's advised this. They are really, really good at accepting our advice and making changes because they know what we know what we're doing. Equally with the breast cancer now people and all that, we have a great rapport with them people, we give the advice. So when they get somebody who's having a problem, first people who come to is us because of our experience, So I do say, and I will reiterate, and I can't reiterate enough about the bra being the most important tool, right? The other thing I was going to say, that's for fitting the prosthesis, but equally, what I have done in the past is I've done clinics to prevent breast pain. And a lot of people that have got breast pain is because they're in an ill-fitting bra. So we've eliminated breast pain or any benign, sort of illnesses kind of thing, because people have been wearing an ill-fitting bra. And so because we've guided them into a good fitting bra, we've eliminated a lot of breast pain. And I think that's important to let people know as well.
I do too. I mean, that time when I did come to do that modelling thing for you and I needed to put one of those bras on, and you literally went, all right, so you're probably about such and such a size, and you just got a bra out. And I took my old scraggy thing off and put yours on. And the difference it made, because you were like, it should be touching here, it shouldn't be doing that, Sam, it shouldn't be doing that. And you put this other bra on me. And I know I'm a confident person anyway. But when you put that bra on me, I looked down and I thought, oh my God, my boobs are pert. I have got good boobs. And we put a top on, didn't we? And they just sat like I was 20. And I was like, I'm loving it. And that was from having the correct fitting bra.
Absolutely. And I think
you adjusted the straps and everything for me, didn't you? And it was like, yes, she's here. She's here.
and I think that is what you just brought up there, confidence.
Yeah.
The amount of people you change the confidence, but also posture. When you're in a good fitting bra, you want to stick them out almost. Do you know what I mean? But
I
don't mind. Do you know what I mean? You don't mind showing because you're not hiding behind something that's not working for you. So because you're wearing a good fitting bra, you're confident enough to be able to stand up correctly and, you know, feel good about, you know.
That's what I didn't realise until I put that bra on.
Yeah.
I did grow in confidence, and I did grow in the way I stood and everything, because I was proud of my babies then instead of thinking of me droopy babies. Do you know what I mean?
And whether you're wearing a prosthesis or not, you still got to have a good fitting bra. You know what I mean? Irrespective. But when you're wearing a prosthesis, you want even more confidence because you're a little bit more aware, and we get that right as well. And I think that's the key: is get the good fitting bra, then get a good fitting prosthesis. The one thing is that nobody can tell that you are wearing a prosthesis, whether you've had a mastectomy, whether you've had a lumpectomy, you know, whether we're putting a partial prosthesis in there, we should not be able to tell there's a difference there at all. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and
that's
I think
something you helped me with as well. The first time, do you remember I came and you said to me, when was the last time you changed your prosthesis? And I was like, I haven't, so you're supposed to. So you booked me in the clinic and we came down, and the prosthesis I was wearing was a lot smaller than I was now.
yes,
because your body changes, doesn't it?
yeah,
It
yeah.
absolutely changes. So how often would you say that a prosthesis should be changed?
If we go on,
you know,
realistically, when you're fitted for the first time, you should be told, and this is by anybody who fits you, you should be told how to care for your prosthesis, and the care instructions will always be in the packaging anyway. But care is pretty straightforward, that you wash it every day. You know, wash it in warm soapy water, towel dry. Once you've towel dried it, you either wear it or put it in the packaging that it belongs to keep it safe. Be careful of any sharp objects like pins, cat's claws, anything sharp, because it can puncture. Now, if it was to puncture, you wouldn't necessarily see that you've done it, but you could feel it because it becomes sticky. And if it becomes sticky, it means you've punctured it and it's leaking. If that happens, we say put a plaster or cling film it to protect you and to stop it leaking, and then get it back to us. Now, that's the only thing you can do to damage it. They're designed to last, we say, 2 to 3 years. If you lose or gain weight in that time, you should be able to go back anytime. And that's kind of what you should be told.
But that's what will happen when you start taking the medications. Your weight can go up, but a lot of people don't realise that they can get another one, which was me. I think I came to you at like 7 years, wasn't it? 7 years since I had my first one. And when I compared the two, the one that you gave me to that one, I mean, the one that I've got now fits me perfect, but when I put them together, it was like teenager woman.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's stress. And I think some people don't get told that enough. You know, go to clinic. I mean, we do, because, you know, we know what we're doing, you know, but some people, if they're a little bit inexperienced, you know, perhaps what happens is they're quite new to the job. They don't particularly get to know everything, and they probably might forget. But the other thing I do find is sometimes I've heard it, the ladies say, oh, she didn't tell me that. And I think sometimes what happens is, you know, they're so nervous within the clinical situation that they forget. So we've got to keep reiterating to ladies, you know.
As well, and menopausal brain, add all that to the situation, we're going to forget.
Yeah. So I think what we try to do is reiterate, and that's why I always say, if you forget anything I've said to you, contact me back, or contact me back. We have such a great rapport with breast care nurses. You contact the breast care nurse, they'll always get back in touch with us to make sure we've, you know, said what we've said, or what is needed to be said, if that makes sense. It's certainly if there's any issues or it's not particularly straightforward, you know, in the clinical situation. Do you know what I mean? So I think that that's something that we put across. So once we fit the prosthesis, we obviously make sure they look good in the clothes. So you've got a bra on, the prosthesis is good, they look good in the clothes. Because sometimes you can look good in your bra, but when you put your clothes on, completely different. So it is important to put something quite close fitting next to you to make sure you look good and balanced in your clothes, and also to see yourself how you look in your clothes. So, because we can guide as much as we can, but you have to be happy as a lady wearing the prosthetic with your look, you know. There's many a time that people have thought, I've gone for perfection, perfect here, balance-wise, and then the lady's gone to me, well, no, looks too big, because they've been used to one side being smaller than the other.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? As much as we've gone for a perfect fit and balanced, no, that's not right for them, because they've been used to being slightly smaller. So we've downsized to get that right, you know? So it is communication, it is understanding, but I always make sure we get the right fit to start off with to see how they look, because they might prefer to look like perfect again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we can put it right. Do you know what I mean? But if they don't and they want to go back to how they were used to, then we put it that way as well. Do you know what I mean? So the other thing I wanted to point out as well is very often a lot of ladies will have a lumpectomy, even reconstruction, and they have what we call an asymmetry going on, where there's a difference in size. Yeah. Now, when that happens, sometimes what the little ladies do, and I find this so often, is they'll cater for the smaller side. So they'll squeeze themselves.
Yeah.
Often that happens, where we need to revert back to you cater for the larger side, and we can balance out the smaller side by doing that, and you get your good centre line back then. Down to people that feel so different because we've made that change is unreal, really. You know, they've been a bit reluctant to, because they've had further surgery, of wanting to wear a prosthesis again, but because it's a much finer thing. It's not a big thing, you know, that been wearing before. It's a finer product, you know what I mean? And it's a contouring product that, you know, they've realised, I should have done that. But I've met so many people that just haven't quite, you know, they've catered the...
Well, you should say that, because when you just started saying that, then that they cater for the small size, I thought, well, yeah, you would, because you want to make sure it all fits in, and this is the neat and tidy side. Do you know what I mean? So it's all neat and tidy. And then when you said about that one, I thought, God, yeah, it would bulge, wouldn't it? It makes perfect sense to concentrate on this side and pad that one up a bit. But I think because they're so conscious on the one that's not right, that they focus on that, don't they?
Yeah, there's a definite focus on that. So change that around, and then they see how good they look by just making a slight adjustment. It's unreal. Now, sometimes they might not need a partial prosthesis, because what we'd use is maybe like a preformed cut bra, you know, something that's already got a shape. I'll show you something if I can show you.
I didn't know anything about partial prosthesis till you told me that you can get them.
Yeah. So, but can you see that bra? It's already shaped. So because that's already shaped, you could use that, and maybe that would be sufficient to give the asymmetry covered, get the asymmetry covered.
Yeah.
The other thing that what a lot of ladies do as well is they're conscious that there's a difference in size, and they show off their cleavage area. So they've got one side bulging more than the other. And I always then go, bend forward so that you can see the difference. Put the partial in, then bend forward and see that they're even. And they can't believe it, the difference that just a slither of a prosthesis.
I mean, it's a little tiny chicken fillet, is it?
You can do it, or you can just use a partial prosthesis. A partial prosthesis, I haven't got one to hand, have I? No, I've not got one to hand. But it's just literally a fine piece of silicone, but it's shaped in way as a breast form. And that, in fairness, will give you the shape that you need. And that will actually balance you out and give you the cleavage that you want up top. So that's something else we can do, and it's quite good. But the other thing is, if we can't get it quite right because there's a bigger difference, and when we put that in, what we might have to do is go a little bit higher in the bra. Because a lot of ladies, when you've had a mastectomy, you need to cover.
Yeah.
Because you're putting a full prosthesis in, aren't you?
Yeah.
So coverage in the bra is you cover your remaining breast as much as you can. So your remaining breast, you know that when you put the balance back in, you're all covered.
Yeah.
And secure then, isn't it? Now, when you've had a reconstruction or a lumpectomy or some sort of surgery that you've still got breast tissue remaining, what happens then is you want to be a bit more daring. So you lower your bra in the centre here. So when you lower that, then you become more apparent of the difference in size. So sometimes by just encouraging a little bit more height again back, that might just be enough to not show the difference in size. If that makes sense. And we can do that with quite pretty bras, it's not an issue, but it's just something that we can do. So there's lots of different things that we can do to put things right after surgery. And my passion has always been, so many people have come to me and said, because we know how to fit bras, you know, they kind of want you to go down just fitting bra road. That's not my passion. My passion is looking after women after surgery, you know, because we understand every bit of their needs, really. Do you know what I mean?
Personal service, isn't it, rather than a one product fits all. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think by doing that, Sam, I think for me, it's like mission accomplished, if they get what I mean. And I think everybody's an individual, you know what I mean, and to get it right for so many people. I mean, I probably see on average, I know with COVID it's slightly different, but I'm still seeing a few people every day, you know, through virtual. But in clinic, I'm probably seeing a good 50 women every week.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So, and to get it pretty well right on, you know, it's a 99% success. We're doing all right, you know what I mean?
But you know, you do your job. You do your job for like, obviously to get paid and stuff. But when your job becomes your passion, you do it because you get the kick out of getting it right. So you're gonna work harder at getting it right, and that's what gives you the personal service, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna just throw anything at someone because they're gonna come back not happy, and then that makes you feel rubbish.
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, I think that's what I'm saying is from our point of view is we love doing what we do because we see so many people happy. You know, we're never going to get it perfect for everybody because that's the way of the world. That is, do you know what I mean? That just, do you know what I mean? We'd be stupid to even think that. But you know, if we can get a good 99% success rate, you know, on all these ladies, then we're doing something right. But I think the pleasure is, you know, I see so many people going out of our clinics happy with the house look, and also they come in with clothes on, covered up, all kinds, covering themselves up, and they go out with just a t-shirt on or whatever. You know, they've forgotten that they're, you know, they're back to normal almost. You know what I mean? And the beauty of it is when somebody says, "Can't even feel it." You know, when the prosthesis, so you know you've cracked it when the bra's fitting well and the prosthesis they can't feel. And I'm thinking, we've cracked it here. You know, we do another service, and it is a bespoke service, and it is for ladies that want to, you know, it tends to be more private sector at the minute, but people sometimes want to pay for it. But we do a made-to-measure prosthetic fitting service.
Wow.
Right, and the reason we've done that is in the COVID situation at the minute, a lot of ladies have to, you know, they've gone to the spires and whatever else, and they wanted to have a reconstruction straight away, or they were in the thought pattern of having reconstruction. Now that's taken quite a bit of a delay for obvious reasons. So in the private sector, and certainly some ladies that want to pay, that what they've done is they've kind of like said, right, I've got an insurance here, and their insurance will cover the first fitting of a prosthesis. Right. Now, with that in mind, what it's done is allowed them to have a made-to-measure prosthesis. Now, it's a different ball game because what we do is, the bra still has to work. That's still the most important tool. And this is classed as like an external reconstruction because what happens is we scan the lady, we take pictures, and the prosthesis is made, and it's colour matched and nipple matched. It's made to match their own breast, and it's a supportive breast, but it's like it feels different to a breast prosthesis. You know what I mean? It's like the Rolls Royce version of prosthesis.
It's
nice to be able to offer that as a service just in case. You know what I mean? So we do that. As I said, some people have paid for it because they think, well, I'm worth it. To myself, I'm worth it. Do you know what I mean?
I've got so much, I deserve this.
The only thing is, it's a £3,000 product. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah. But you're looking at, it'll last you 3 years, so it's £1,000 a year. Well, some people think that's well worth it. For them, that's worth it. So you can never judge who wants it.
It's what people want, isn't it? At the end of the day, they either want it or they don't.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing I haven't mentioned about is our made-to-measure swimwear as well, Sam. We do made-to-measure swimwear, and the made-to-measure swimwear literally is you choose your design of you choose your material, and then you design your costume effectively. So you design back of it in respect of whether you want a racer or cross, you know, anything really, whatever you prefer back style. or you can have thin straps, thin straps, or thick straps, standard straps. There's lots of different ways you can design your own costume. So you choose your material and you design it yourself. We do tankinis, we do bikinis, all of them are available on the website. You just choose your own design. And that's been a nice bespoke business. Do you know what I mean? That we find nobody else in the UK does.
No.
Which we love doing, you know what I mean? And to be fair, some of the costumes, a lot of people have said they look probably nicer than what you can get these days.
Yeah.
On the front of this page, it was just here, I don't know if you can see it, the little cutout there. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Nice little cutout. And then on the back here, that's, I don't know if you can see that. That's a halter neck costume.
That's lovely.
Isn't it? So those are little, little differences that we do, you know what I mean? So we like the bespoke side. So we like our made to measure. We like the made to measure swimwear and everything else. But our main passion is making sure we fit well with the bra, and we obviously fit the prosthesis well. Prosthesis, we do so many lightweight prosthesis now. So people, the main complaint when I first started this was the weight. And believe you me, the ladies were carrying a weight around. You know, years ago, there was just this standard weight of silicone, horrendous. It was such, and also people used to get hot and sweaty, and it was absolutely, you know, you could really feel for ladies because there was nothing better out there. These days, they've got lightweight prosthesis, they've got cool aspect prosthesis.
I've got one of those, yeah.
Yeah, cool aspect. They've got massage ones. Now, one of the reasons we did the massage is to help anybody with lymphedema. And the massage, what it would do was,
I'm just trying to think which one I've got. Is it the one with the gel and the different shape on it? Hold on.
Yeah, let's have a look. Have you got it? Listen. Yes, that's it. That's the massage form. Yeah.
And that's that, cool in effect, that bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the airflow, you know, the little vents that allows flow. Well, we do a different one with like a diamond effect. It's even cooler than that one.
I need it. It's a diamond. I need it.
I'll show you the diamond very quickly. But with that, Sam, that when I see anybody with anything like a sleeve, I will make sure I'll put that one in as close as I can, so long as it fits well. That helps to actually allow drainage, because it basically, what you do is when it's up against your chest wall, and every time you move, it gently stimulates your chest wall to disperse of any fluid on your chest wall.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that was, but this is a diamond effect.
Oh wow.
So that diamond effect allows optimum airflow. So that's, so we do that in a partial prosthesis as well, because what we tend to find is a lot of women, because they've got breast tissue, they do get a lot hotter for some reason. So something over the top of the breast tissue, we want it to be cool and obviously lightweight. So that's quite, but with the lymphedema aspect as well, what I also found as well, Sam, is, you know, the with the, if somebody's got breast edema, you remember meeting Jo?
Yes.
And Jo was a lady that we met, and I met her at a breast event in for breast cancer care, doing some advice 2 years ago now, and she was struggling really badly with pain and breast pain, but she obviously had just literally a lumpectomy, but her breast was swelling. It was breast edema. So what we did is we advised that product in a partial, put it on her breast with a good fitting bra. We put a sports bra on because she was like an E-cup, and we put it on, and it kind of worked, so that helped disperse, and her breast become less edematous. Basically, the edema started to work its way away, but her pain level dropped dramatically. Wow. So I think that's why we put it on the website, because her story is quite, you know, touching. Really
dramatic. Yeah.
It was touching, and we met her on the day, didn't we?
Yeah,
and lovely. I think she's lovely, but it was nice to be able to do something for her, because even the breast care nurses didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And I still think now today we get a lot of breast or lymphedema specialists that only just grasp the idea. So we have to keep promoting the fact that, you know, we can do something for our ladies, especially with breast edema anyway, that would work. And what I used to say to Jo, and with a lot of ladies since, is put your breast form, the partial breast form, into the fridge, and it's such a feeling afterwards when you put it on cool, especially when you heat coming out of a swollen breast.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, and the relief is unreal. But within 3 weeks of wearing that product, she's kind of forgetting. She's never had the same problem again. Do you know what I mean? So within 3 weeks, we got her not cured, because it will never go away.
Yeah.
But
More
we brought that she's not even aware of now. And I think that's fantastic in itself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Different that we do as well. Is there anything else that you want to add, Sam?
I'm just having a little look. So how often should we change our bra?
Bras wise, now I have a laugh with this one, because the amount of people, first thing I say to people, how long do you think a bra is meant to last? Now, this is whether you've had surgery or not. You know, if you're talking to anybody, you know, what would people say? Well, I've had years, I've had, 12 months, years, and whatever. Nobody actually comes up with, very rarely do they come up with 6 months, you know?
That's all. I mean, really?
Really? Really? And I'm a culprit as well. I have my favourite bras and I don't want to get rid of them. So I'm in the same boat.
I'm a years girl. Terrible.
I'm sorry, but I think most people are. But yeah, everybody's never comes up with 6 months. You know, they're absolutely gobsmacked. And the reason for that is, as with a costume, lycra or elastic will give. Do you know what I mean? It will wear out. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to wear a bra once a week, then maybe, fine, it'll last you maybe a bit longer, the years, but it will give, there's no doubt about it. The way you care for it, though, if you wash it by hand, it can last a bit longer. But on the whole, 6 months.
Mine's always gone in the washing machine. Right, I've got a thing here from Laura. She said, it's great to know that there are prostheses that will help women who might get sweaty. I'm still with a softie at the moment as going through treatment, and really I'm not enjoying, the fact that it retains moisture. Are there options out there other than softies before the person is ready for a more permanent prosthesis?
Right, so tend to find that when ladies go, you can probably find if you're settled, after because your scar's got to settle. There's no point in putting any weight out there or anything onto your skin if your scarring's not settled. That's the reason why you wear a temporary breast form. Now, if you find that your scarring's settled and you're ready for it, some people I put in a prosthesis after 2 weeks because the scars settle down. Do you know what I mean? The only thing that you'll find is on average it tends to be 6 weeks on average. So long as you don't collect any fluid and that any seromas occur, but there's no drainage, because what happens with drainage is it swells up on the area, so it affects the fit. So you look fuller if you've got a bit of fluid in there. So they usually like you to be completely settled. Now some people, if they've healed well and they've settled and they've been adamant, they've gone after 2 to 3 weeks. But on average, it usually tends to be 6 weeks. So I would tend to say just keep the area clean and just, get the air to you as much as you can before that. There's not really a lot you can put in cool in a temporary breast form. Not really. So as soon as you can get a fitting, get one done.
Yeah, it says I'm 4 weeks out, but it says cans, I don't know what she means that, has said to wait until my CNS. My CNS has said to wait until after my radiotherapy. The other thing as well is with the prosthesis, you get these little covers, don't you?
Can do, yeah, you can.
Could restrict how much it's rubbing and whatever.
Yeah. I think the cover to me is a final kind of straw, really, because if you're wearing a pocketed bra, then the pocket is cotton anyway.
Yeah.
So that's stop the irritation or whatever. Some people can't tolerate the silicone next to the skin, but equally that is still working. That massage is still working through that cover, which is great. You know what I mean? It's effective. Just going back to the where's Laura based?
Laura, where are you based on? I wanted to say Warrington then, but I don't think she is.
Right, because my concern would be is why would you wait for I would put you in a prosthesis as soon as you settled. Radiotherapy shouldn't affect the fit. Do you know what I mean? Northwich.
Yeah.
Is that Clayton? Would that be Crewe? Would you be going to
It's on
Crewe?
its way to Crewe, yeah. It's on its way to Crewe.
Yeah. So what she needs to know is which hospital she's from, because in fairness, I would say that the breast care nurses, I'm not sure that should be the right advice. My advice would be get your fitting and then work between your softie when you're having radiotherapy and your prosthesis to keep you cool.
Yeah.
So
she's at the Christie, and she works near Lowton.
Right, okay, well that's where we're near there. But the Christie is Wythenshawe.
Yeah.
That'd be Wythenshawe Hospital. Well, we do Wythenshawe Clinic. So I'm not sure why the breast care nurses advise that, because if she goes to Wythenshawe and asks for a fitting, I would say make sure 6 weeks would probably be the average. But if everything's settled down, there's no reason why she can't have a fitting, you know, if everything's settled down.
Well, we've put your details in the chat.
Yes.
So if she wants to contact you to talk about it further, she can do.
Yeah.
So she can get in touch with you, because I know that you're like that. You'll talk to anyone, you.
But I do think something that, you know, I think she does need to pursue.
Yeah.
That's not be correct. Not necessarily. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, Marita, I'm going to call it quits there, my love, because that's like an hour gone. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover before you left? Me personally? Yeah. No, I think if anybody needs us, they know how to get hold of us. If you put the channels out there, you know, virtuals is definitely something I can look at and we can pick up on quite quickly. Clinic-wise, Wythenshawe up and running for Laura anyway, so we can see her there if necessary. And just to everybody, stay safe and take care, obviously. And you know where I am anytime, Sam. No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Say again, doll. I feel we've covered everything. I think you have, you know. I mean, I've got loads of scribbles on all this with all the questions I was going to ask you, and you've answered everything. Yes. We talked about your virtual clinic, why you set up, the importance of a good fitting bra, your signposting for your video on your website. We've done all that. We've been very, very thorough. I think we've done a good job, to be honest with you, missus. Oh, it's one of them 5, Sam. Woo! Hey.